As you'll have guessed from the title of this video, we are doing a goals of 2022. Now, I actually missed this last year. I was having a look and the last goal video I did was for 2020, so I'd completely skipped 2021 altogether, which I'm pretty sure most of us did. We seem to have lost a couple of years, haven't we, somewhere? So what I'm going to be doing is going back 2 years to 2020 to see what my goals were, to see if I've achieved them, and set some new ones. But before we do that, let's have a little recap of what we got up to in 2021. Any makeup on and I'm very tired today, so I feel kind of a bit like a unicorn's armpit. Slightly colourful, but not at its best. I just set that plant on fire. I bet a lot of you remembers all the way back to when some of those was happening. It's always great to have a little look back and remind yourself of just what the heck you got up to, which is a reason why I do love vlogging, I have to say. I can go back and just see where we went, what we did. But we're going to go back 2 years now to January 2020 when I made my goal video and just see if we managed any of it. Let's kick off with goal number 1. Yep, it comes as no surprise that number 1 on the list is to get a caravan this year. Well, we did that. But what a goal. The goal was to get a caravan. And now the goal is to sell the caravan. Just goes to show that what you want at the time might not be what you want in a couple of years' time. So I'm sure you all know the story if you've been following along, but we bought a caravan, finally got it, and it just didn't work out the way we thought it would. Not only did we have an entire global pandemic happening, which meant we was paying to store it and not being able to use it because none of us were allowed out the house. But when we did, we found we weren't quite getting the use out of it that we wanted to, and Adam is very wary of pulling the caravan. I could get into some very boring details about the weight loads and his driver's license only allowing certain weights, but the fact is, if it makes him nervous pulling it, then it's pointless having it. So as much as he wanted it, and we love it when we're actually there, it's the driving to places and bringing it back that has made us not use it as much as we could have. So we've decided we are going to sell it. Took us all that time to find it, and now we're getting rid of it. So we're hoping to get rid of it in the next couple of months, because then we have to start paying for storage again. So goal, as far as goals go, yes, we did it, but it wasn't. Just turned out that it wasn't for us. Goal number 2 is the most cliche thing you have ever heard, but yes, I need to lose some weight. I think most of us have a goal like this. So I did lose some weight. I think when I filmed this video, I was probably around 10 stone 7, let's say. And I'm now 9 stone 13. I did get to 9 stone 7, essentially losing a stone, but I discovered Stollen. Christmas, Stollen, 2 full packs to myself, no regrets. But it does mean I did put a little bit of weight back on, and I am now 9 stone 13. To be honest, it's not the end of the world. It's just that I have clothes in my wardrobe that I want to be able to fit back into. So I'm keeping this goal. I did lose weight, put it back on. Is that classed as reaching the goal? I am currently already on salads this week, and they just do not taste as good as Christmas food. So what I would really like to do is actually get some sponsors for YouTube this year. I didn't reach this goal, and it was entirely my fault. I did reach out to some companies to see if they wanted to work with me. Some of them said yes, and I didn't take it any further. And this just goes to show how busy 2021 was. I didn't do a goals video. I didn't have time to do a goals video. I didn't have time to commit to the brands that said yes, because it was just crazy. I felt like I wouldn't be able to commit enough time to them to do a good enough job. So I just didn't take it any further. Possibly I could pick them back up. They might have changed their minds by now. But yeah, I didn't reach this goal. This is a goal I did not reach. Took the first step and then kind of jumped backwards off a cliff. The opposite way. Maybe I can look at it again for this year, but at the minute, that's one goal I didn't reach. Goal number 4, which is actually a work-play balance. Yes, I actually got this one, and it was nothing to do with me. I had been working for 2 years on trying to create this work-life balance, and I didn't do it. The Brigadiers did that. I have nothing to do with this whatsoever. The Brigadiers are the people who have allowed me to reach this goal. I now have weekends completely off from cake. Go back a few years on my channel, take a look, and that would have been impossible. But right now, I have the full weekends off. I'm out at the Trafford Centre, taking things back to shops. We are getting the food shop done. And in the evening, I'll come off the computer, maybe sometimes it can be 6 o'clock, sometimes it can be 8 o'clock, and I am sat in the corner of the couch. I am drawing, I am watching TV programmes with Adam. We are currently watching The Bay and catching up with that. But yeah, this is a goal I have reached, and it's got nothing to do with me. I cannot take the credit for getting this to work. If it was just up to me, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I wouldn't have a work-play balance. I've been trying to get it for years, and the Brigadier stepped in and have given me that. That's a goal that has been reached. One I never thought I'd do. So I want to say a huge thank you to every single member, whether they're a teacup right up into the cherry tier. Every single one of them have allowed me to do this, and it's amazing. I'd like to learn a little bit more about that, and also a little bit of clay as well. This goal, I did use my sewing machine a lot more. I sewed lots of grey sacks for Christmas. You'll have seen that if you watch the vlogs. I sat and sewed, I can't even remember, it was almost 100 grey sacks. So I did get some good use out of my sewing machine. Clay though, still in its box. Bought a ton of coloured clay, bought all the tools, little toolbox to put it all in, not touched it. In fact, I can't even tell you what cupboard it's in. It's in a cupboard in the living room somewhere, but I've not even touched it. Let's say I reached half of that goal. Goal number 6 is actually quite a hard one for me. Let's just take a little look of how I started 2019. Split the top and then goes to a lighter lilac colour. Versus how I ended it. And I'm quite tired and have a lot to do. Yep, an absolute hot mess. Yeah, so this was the self-care goal. I failed miserably. I actually did less self-care than I have ever done before. So this goal went well and truly out of the window. I fell down a little bit of a hole. I'm still kind of in there. I put my makeup on this morning because I knew I was doing this video. Had I not been doing this video, I'd have still been sat here a spotty mess with my hair scrunched up in a bun. So I'm still kind of in that hole. The self-care has dropped off the radar. Didn't reach this goal at all, but it's definitely something I really need to pick up on in 2022. And the last goal is to have another holiday. I have no idea where I want to go. I'm not really a traveller. Well, this was kind of a hard goal to reach, seeing as we were in lockdown most of the time. We did get away to Ingleton in the caravan. Really good holiday, very hot. We do actually love caravan holidays. It's not the caravan holidays that's put us off. It's just the pulling of the caravan. It's absolutely no point putting people through anxiety to get to a destination only to worry about coming home again. So yeah, caravan holidays are ace. It's just one of those things for us. But we did fit the Ingleton holiday in, and I think we had the odd weekend away here and there when we nipped to Blackpool, but nothing too major. So I'll have to let you decide whether we reach that goal or not. Kind of weekends away, not really full holidays, but what can you do when the coronavirus is around? And that's it. Lost a few, gained a few. I'm all right with that. But now we're going to set some goals for 2022. I know not everybody's into like New Year's resolutions or goal setting and things like that. For me, I feel like I need to have goals, otherwise I don't know why I'm here. I am not really content with just stumbling through the days not knowing where I'm going. So I like to set myself goals, but I know not everybody is like that. You don't have to set your goals in January either. You can set your goals whenever the heck you like. Pull out your little notebook, have a little scribble down of what you want from life in general, and see what can be achieved. So for me, I'm kind of cheating with this first goal. I'm cheating because a huge bucket list item of mine was to go to Disney World. This was put on my bucket list rather than my goal list because I didn't think it was achievable. This is something way out of our budget, way out of our price range, and the reason why I said I'm cheating a little bit is because I already have it booked. I have a whole video, separate video coming on this. So I feel like I'm cheating a little bit by saying a goal is to go to Disney World and already having it booked. But there's still no guarantee we'll be able to go. Lots of people have had their holidays cancelled and moved around. So it's not necessarily a goal we may achieve yet, but we've already taken the first steps towards it. So I suppose it's kind of cheating, but I've popped it on there as a goal. My second goal, again, is still my weight. I'm not actually too fussed at the minute. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to lose some weight. I just want to be able to fit in some of my clothes a bit better, that's all. I only need to lose, say, 8 pounds. It's just that those last 8 pounds, it's always the last little bit that's the hardest. So I'm already on my salads, like I said. Adam's coming over for his dinner today and we're on chicken salad. We had fruit last night for supper instead of my usual crumpet with Nutella. I'm missing it. But yeah, I'm still going to have the odd treat here and there, but we're eating more healthily. We're eating the salads and the fruit and the veg for tea. It's just going to be a slow burner. A slow goal. My third goal, again, is something I tried to do last time, is the sewing machine. Although I did sew all the sacks, what I want to be able to do this year especially is take those clothes from the wardrobe and take them up. What I mean by that is I am 5'1" and not all shops sell petite versions of clothes. And I love some of like the maxi dresses or the longer skirts or the skirts that are supposed to stop at the knee. And they don't stop at the knee, they pretty much stop at my ankle. So what I would love to do is take some of my clothes from the wardrobe that I've been putting off wearing because they're too long, is learn how to take those skirts up. And because they're all different, completely different types of material, and some are like pleated and some are not, and some are voile and some are cotton, and I'm just like, if I screw this up, I have knackered up a skirt. So that's something I want to learn this year. I want to learn how to take up my own skirts and clothes so I'm able to go out and buy more things that I see on the sale rail that might be a bit too long, but I can fix it. In terms of clay, I've not really thought about it too much, but I suppose I should get it out because it's probably gone rock hard by now. Fourth on the list is something that was only triggered this past weekend, and I've added it in as a goal today. We do not treat ourselves when we are out. And what I mean by that is, you know when you go shopping and you will see people sat in Costa Coffee and they've treated themselves to a coffee and cake, or they'll treat themselves to an iced tea or a latte and a donut and things that it doesn't necessarily have to be food, but what I mean is there's people who will just take time out of the day to visit a cafe. We never, ever do that until this weekend. Went to the Trafford Centre to take some trainers back and I started getting a little bit peckish. And the last thing you want is to get peckish in the Trafford Centre because everything costs a fortune. And there was like massive queues outside one of those Boost juice bars, and that's just something we would never do. We would never go and treat ourselves to a juice or a coffee. So we were on our way to Primark and I noticed Primark had a cafe and I thought, do you know what, we're going to go to this cafe. Poor Kai was actually working so he wasn't with us, but I had a mango iced tea and a slice of cake. Adam had one of his lattes and a millionaire shortbread, and Abby had an orange juice and like a Manchester Blondie, I think it was called. But that's something we never ever do. I don't think they could believe their luck. I don't think they could believe it was happening. We'd just usually wait until we got home to save the money. Yeah, we just had like 5 minutes out of the day to just sit and enjoy a drink and a treat. So I think that's a goal of mine this year, is to maybe treat ourselves a little bit more. It doesn't necessarily have to be cake though, because I am still on the salads. But just to stop and have something every now and again. And I also want to tag onto this goal, even though it's not related, is musicals. We have recently loved going to see musicals. We've already seen musicals anyway, but as a family, now that everybody's at an age where they'll let most people in, we've really enjoyed all going watching musicals, and we have one booked in this year. We're going to see Mrs. Doubtfire this year. But yeah, maybe treat ourselves to more family days out like that, because musicals, again, they're something that are quite expensive to do. On some of the seats you're paying £50–60 a person, if not a bit more. But I think I'm going to put money aside specifically for that, so we can all have a little night out to enjoy. Another goal that is going to be sticking around this year is the self-care goal. I have fallen off the wagon and rolled into a ditch. And I quite literally look that way. I have no excuse now because I have the time for self-care now. I actually have time for it, whereas before I didn't. What I don't have is the motivation. But something I need to do this year is probably book myself in at the hairdressers more. I think, what is it? Is it 6 to 8 weeks this year you're supposed to go to the hairdressers? Kind of double that for mine, or even triple it. But yeah, I need to go back and a bit more often. And one thing I am 100% want to get sorted this year is my teeth. In fact, this week I need to make another dentist appointment. I've been putting it off because my original one has been on maternity leave and I don't like the other one. So I've been waiting for her to come back. But yeah, she should be back now. I have been putting it off. It's probably going to cost me a lot of money, but it definitely needs sorting out. How many goals is that now? Are we on 6? Goal number 6 is my brigade. They have done so much for me. I feel like I need to step it up now and get things done that I've promised I would get done. I want to create some courses, so they're like really in-depth, longer courses that is paid for content, but obviously the brigadiers of certain levels will get this for free. I want to put more time into the brigade because they have just helped me massively. Another thing I have implemented this year, so every single inquiry that comes in now, and I even have it on my contact form, is that I have a minimum order value of £300. I have no idea why I didn't do this sooner. I've been doing 1 cake a week. So if that 1 cake is only a birthday cake of, say, £85, that's all I've earned that week, and that's not all. Obviously, you have to take all your ingredients and your time and stuff out of that. So just imagine what that 1 birthday cake a week has brought in monetary value. Not a lot, not enough, and I have just been continuing with that because it's routine. It was my routine and I got stuck in it. It definitely needed a change. So I've implemented the £300 minimum order. I have let my usual regulars know, which has been really hard actually. I have been making their kids' cakes for years. Some of them 10 years plus. Really loyal, regular customers, and I do not for 1 second expect them to just randomly up their budget to £300. It's not feasible, it's not fair, but it's definitely something I needed to do, and I have given them names of other cake makers so that they can go and continue to get good birthday cakes for the kids from there. And I'm still around if the kids ever reach like 16 where they want this huge birthday cake. I'm all for it. But yeah, I implemented this right at the beginning of this year and it's been amazing because it's cut my admin down because I'm not having to deal with as many birthday cake customers, or they're not emailing me because they can see that I've got a £300 minimum order. So I'm only getting inquiries in that is reaching that, and I'm able to book them in. Everyone will have their own business plan, their own way forward. This one is mine. And the last one on my list is illustration. This wasn't even a goal 2 years ago, wasn't even in my brain 2 years ago, and here we are. I have been drawing a lot more. I got an iPad with the iPad pencil. Is it a pen or a pencil? So I think it's a pencil. And I have just been doodling and drawing and turning some of my illustrations into Christmas cards. So yeah, that is a route I want to go down a little bit more, but I know it's not profitable. Like, I would have to sell hundreds and hundreds of cards or hundreds and hundreds of key rings just to get the same amount as I would from a wedding cake. So it's not feasible to jump to illustration and leave cake behind. I'm kind of merging the two, and I've been drawing some items that are cake related. So I'm mixing the cake with the illustration in the hope that I can just sell a few on the side. Keeps me ticking over. And it's something else I enjoy doing other than cake. So yeah, I'm doing the little doodles. I do want to branch out a little bit more into the illustration and get my illustrations printed on, I don't know what yet, but printed on something. And I just hope that people like them enough to buy them, so I'm not left with like hundreds of them in the studio. That's it. I think this is going to be a very long video, but we will pick this up again. Hopefully it won't be another 2 years. In 2023, why does that sound so far away? 2023, in a year's time, I will be replying to this video to see what we got done, if any. So let me know in the comments below, do you make goals? Have you got any goals? What are they? Do you think you can reach them? Do you not like setting goals? Are you a person that just lives it day by day? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will try and reply to as many as I possibly can. And I will see you again, probably in a week's time. Bye guys.